What are the top 3 traffic citations in Georgia? Now, I'm Attorney George McCranie, and I have offices in Douglas and Valdosta, Georgia. And I practiced DUI and criminal defense in Georgia for 25 years. And I get to represent clients all over South Georgia that have received traffic citations. Now, I wanted to share the 3 top traffic citations that I've seen over all these years. Now, one of these has changed recently, and my ranking has changed of the top 3. Now, this one didn't drop off the list, but it did drop down from number 2 to number 3. So let's get down to the top 3 traffic citations that we see. Number 3, and like I said, this used to be number 2, but it's dropped down one position to number 3, and that is weaving or failure to maintain lane. Now, most folks think that you have to cross a line or leave your lane of travel to get this charge, but that isn't true. In Georgia, the courts have determined that you have to drive arrow straight down the road in your lane. And if you get closer to the yellow line or the center line, or you get closer to the white fog line, you fail to maintain your lane. And quite frankly, no one can drive perfectly in the middle of their lane all the time. Now, in my opinion, this charge really gives officers a reason to stop any driver they want to, whenever they want to stop them. Now, this was a real favorite reason for officers to stop drivers for many years. But now it's been replaced by number 2. And number 2 is defective equipment. Now, I know this is an oldie, but it's a goodie and has been used by law enforcement to stop drivers for decades. But recently, I've seen a big increase in this charge in our area of the state of Georgia. Now, we all know about cars that have a headlight or a tail light out, a busted windshield, that kind of thing. But one of the problems most people don't realize or check for is their tag lights. Now, in Georgia, vehicles are required to have functioning tag lights. Most people don't think about it. They don't think about checking their tag lights. But law enforcement apparently take great satisfaction in checking for tag lights. Now, let me give you an example. In fact, I had a case where an officer claimed that he saw a client was missing one tag light. And now he saw that looking in his side mirror as he met my client when they were both going at least 55 miles an hour. Now, this is 11 o'clock at night, so that's, 110 miles an hour of closing speed. All right, now that's pretty hard to believe that he saw that one of the 2 tag lights was out in his side mirror passing at 110 miles an hour. But the judge allowed it as the reason for the officer to stop my client. So that's the way defective equipment works. So now let's move on to the number 1 reason drivers are stopped. And I think everybody knows what number 1 is: speeding. So if you've noticed, Georgia officials have instituted several slowdown campaigns, and that's been quite recently. And if you've traveled down the center of the state, the center of Georgia on Interstate I-75, you've seen all the speed enforcement up and down the interstate. Now, in one 80-mile stretch of I-75 in South Georgia, I saw 9 vehicles stopped and probably 20 officers. So there's a ton of speed enforcement on the highways here in Georgia. And the best thing to remember is that in court, the government only has to show that you exceeded the speed limit by 1 mile per hour in order to win a speeding case. So if you decide to testify that you weren't going 70, you were going 62. Well, if you testify that you were speeding, just not going as fast as the officer says you were, you lose your case. You have admitted to speeding. So if you or someone you know has been charged with a crime or been injured in an accident in South Georgia and they have questions, you can use Facebook Messenger and message the George McCranie Law Firm. And we'll help you get answers to your questions. Or you can call us at 833-927-6227 and we'll help you get the answers that you need. Thanks for watching today. Please like and share the video. We like to get this information out to as many people as we can out there, and that really helps. And like I always say, admit nothing, deny everything, demand proof. Thanks for watching.